She's gonna learn how to do it.
She's probably the teacher. We'll find out, huh?
There's a flies up there to look at.
And then what happens? What's going to happen to the cocoon? It's going to open like a butterfly.
Hey, look at that one.
I know, there's 4 of them in there. Vi, look at all these. Look at all those animals right there. Vi, come here. Vi, look.
Here comes some more butterflies.
Here comes some more.
These are the chrysalis. This is what when they first come, they are just a little bitty. That's the second, that's a third stage.
Yeah, but look at all these ones.
These will turn into butterflies. You see all that black stuff down there? That's their dung, because they eat these milkweed leaves. And then these are some more of the same. Actually, honey, this is a rare one. See that one up there?
Yeah.
He isn't done spinning. See him? See how he looks before he gets to be like
in my
that?
yard, I have butterflies in my yard. Flowers.
Oh, you do? Like this? Do you have monarchs?
No. No, she's just saying when she's outside and
Oh, no, but I
sees
was going to say,
butterflies.
the monarchs is going to tell you what they can, to get yourself some milkweed.
You can see here today. And we're going to start with a short video about butterflies, about caterpillars turning into butterflies, monarch butterflies. And so it will go through the whole life cycle, and it's actually told from the caterpillar's point of view. So I think you'll enjoy it. And then afterwards, we'll show you the butterflies. We'll talk a little bit about monarch butterfly conservation, and we're going to put little license plates, little tags on butterflies. It's kind of like a license plate for the butterfly. That will identify them. We'll turn them, with your help, we'll turn them loose here to fly on to Mexico. Non-stop? No, I don't think so. But anyway, we'll get to that in just a little while. If you have any questions about either butterflies or about our organization, please feel free to ask me or Donna Kreischer back here or Pearl can answer questions about the organization also. So I'll get the lights down and the video started for you. It's called the Butterfly King. And this is the time of year when monarch butterflies, the adults, the butterflies themselves, are starting to make their journey south to Mexico where they will overwinter. And I don't know if you've noticed any monarchs around lately, but I know on my way here this morning I saw one. And over the past week I've seen quite a few. So the good thing is that monarch populations are starting to come back from a low number that we've had over the last few years or so. Donna, would you like to talk about the tagging and releasing? Share whatever else you'd like with it.
Okay, I can do that. And then do we save the tagging part though for last?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a retired teacher from the Danville School District, and I taught almost 35 years. And when we started the new school year, usually in late August, it was one of my favorite times to start teaching because we could talk about life cycles. And the easiest way to see the life cycle was with the monarch butterflies. So I would, and the kids also would look at milkweed. And if you're not familiar with what milkweed's like, it's you saw in the picture kind of a oval-shaped leaf, and if you break one of those leaves off, you'll have a white milky substance on it. It makes your fingers really sticky. And you'll also see when they bloom, they have kind of a rounded head with tiny little pink flowers on that the bees and other insects like. And then they'll form this seed pod.
What are you
And later on here in the fall, those seed pods will break open and scatter in the wind like little umbrellas, so to speak. The wind carries them from place to place. And I think too that once you have some milkweed established in a garden or in a spot, it tends to come up year after year. So I noticed one thing about milkweed right now is the highway departments have started mowing down back in, I'll say August, started mowing. And we saw from the video how that's one of the, what do we want to say, dangers. One of the things that can determine the population is the mowing. So highway departments will be mowing excessively. I think they've mowed excessively. That's my opinion. And also we noticed with spraying, okay? And of course farmers want to have a good crop and they want to have good fruits and vegetables, so they do use pesticides, which does affect insects. And also there are natural predators, like that echinid fly, which is a parasite and it lays its eggs in the monarch caterpillar. And when those caterpillars might seem healthy for a while, but those little eggs inside start to grow and a larva comes out, and that's usually what kills the larva. Or sometime, and I've had that happen in the past, that you see the chrysalis and they'll say, it's not changing, and it might get dark, and then you might see this little thing crawling around in the bottom of the container, or to me, it's gotten like an apple seed, kind of a hard shell. And that's kind of the life cycle of that parasite too. You know, the egg, the larva, its chrysalis or cocoon or pupa, and then it'll go into the adult. So there's all kinds of, I guess you could say, things that we need to be aware of that can affect the monarch population. And I think weather is another one, that weather can affect them. So I've been trying to, do my part or whatever. I do observation and I do collecting and I do watch them, and then I do what I call a tag and release. And so this is through the University of Kansas, and it's Monarch Watch. Chip Taylor is I think the founder. And anyway, this has been going on for, I don't know, maybe 25 years now it seems. It's been quite a while. But anyway, all over the country, on the eastern coast and in the central part of the country, Kansas, about, the butterflies are now doing their migration south to Mexico. Most of them will reach Mexico about the end of October, November, maybe early December, mostly there in November. And they'll go to Mexico and they'll overwinter. Now this is population that is east of the Rockies. So think about the Rocky Mountains. They're very high in elevation. So if countries or our states east of the Rockies will have the migration route going mostly south to Mexico. Some will go down along the eastern coast, and you may find them down into southern Florida, where it's warmer. And on the west coast, west of the Rockies, I know there's some places in California where they can find them. And you might even find some, I don't know, maybe in Hawaii. There's butterflies there too. But anyway, it's the monarchs we know are ones that migrate. Not all butterflies migrate, but we know that monarchs migrate. So we know that now they've gone to Mexico in this time period, say in November. So these are the adults. And the adults are there, and there's a certain kind of a tree that they like. How do I say that? Oxala? Oyamel, okay. An oyamel pine And the weather does get cool in this particular area of Mexico, and there's been problems in the past where it got cold enough that there was snow and some freezing weather, and this can be a problem. But anyway, they'll overwinter in big clusters. Maybe you've seen some magazine pictures or something with National Geographic where they'll overwinter in big clusters, and that's to help keep them warm. And then about, we'll say late February, those same adults that were here in Pennsylvania that migrated to Mexico, that, hatched out in, say, September, they're adults, they're there about March, so September, October, November, December, January, February, March. They're about 7 months old. Now the weather's warming up, and they know, something in their mind tells them to start going north again, migrating north. And as they start going north, they're looking for milkweed where they can lay their eggs. So the female, not the male, but the female will lay her eggs. But once she lays her eggs, her life is done. That's her only purpose, was to lay those eggs. Then those little eggs, for 3 days, hatch. They eat their egg shell. Imagine that, eating eggshells. We eat eggs, but not the shell. But anyway, they eat the shell, that's their first meal, and then they'll start to eat the milkweed. And as they eat the milkweed, they become larger and larger. Their skin gets tight. They've got to break out of that skin, new skin underneath, and they do that 5 times. But anyway, as these caterpillars eat the milkweed and become larger, become adults, then they continue the journey north, find more milkweed, lay their eggs, they die, but their offspring continue the cycle. So there's probably, maybe 5? I'll say about 5 cycles, till they get up to, say, Maine, and then about that time it's time to come back. So till they get to Pennsylvania, it's probably been about the third generation. So anyway, what we're trying to do, and what Monarch Watch is trying to do, is monitor the population to find out where they're going or where they came from as their journey goes south. So what we do is put a tag on them. You say, a tag? You know those stickers that we like to put on papers and things when you go to school? Do you like stickers? Do you like stickers? Little stars, things like that. You say, well, that's the kind of tag you put on a monarch. It's small and round. To show you, it looks like the end of a pencil eraser. Those little round tags. That's what we peel off and put on a monarch's wings. See those little round circles about the size of a pencil? And they have some words and letters on, don't they? You have to look pretty close. See those? Look at those stickers. They got letters and numbers. Yeah, see those? These little small tags are what's going to go on a butterfly. You guys all see these things? They're pretty small, about the size of the end of a pencil eraser. She's probably seen this too. Okay. Well, anyway, on the tag, and I have to look here closely because it's hard to see. Sometimes I need a magnifying glass. But on the tag, it says, tag at UKU, Monarch Watch, and then there's a number, 1-800 or 1-888 tagging. And then there's some letters and a number. So this little tag would go on the hind wing. So if we looked at my shirt, I've got spring coming up, fall going down. But if we looked at my shirt, we'd put a tag on the hind wing, on the underside, and it would stick. There's the butterfly's wings are made of little tiny scales. You think like fish are covered with scales. Well, the butterfly has scales on it too, and they feel more dusty, powdery. If you've ever touched a butterfly, sometimes, or a moth, sometimes you look at your fingers after and you think, ooh, that's soft, powdery stuff. Well, that's the scales that are on them to help them fly. But we're really not taking any off, or what little bit we have, you know, it's not going to affect their flight. So we peel off a tag, and we're going to put it under the hind wing of the butterfly. But before we release it, and maybe even before we put it on there, we want to record that information on a paper that will go back to Monarch Watch after we finish our tagging season. And we need to record who the tagger is, so it would be me because I purchased the tags, and my address and so forth. And then there's an example of the tag code, which is, there's 3 letters and then 3 numbers. And then the date which we release it, and since we have a couple, we're going to release them today, so it'll be today's date. Then we have to determine whether it was a male or a female. I can tell most of you looking in here if it's girl or boy, male or female, but how do you tell a butterfly or a monarch if it's male or female? Does anybody know? You go up to it and talk to it and say, hey, are you a girl or are you a boy? They don't really talk, do they? Okay, well anyway, we have to determine that, and I'll show you how we'll do that in just a minute. And then we need to put on there whether it was reared or wild. Wild would be if we went out in the woods or in the fields and we had a butterfly net and, we caught a butterfly. And we could put on there, wild one. Reared would be one that we went out maybe and found the caterpillar, brought it in, put it in these containers, gave it milkweed, watched it grow, things, and then turned into the butterfly, would tag it and release it. That would be reared, taking care of it. And then our date, or our place where we're tagging it. And that would be, for here it would be Danville, because it's the zip code Danville, PA 17821. Okay? So, how do we tell a male from a female? It's easy to look on this shirt and see. I'm going to give you some clues. The male has some special glands on it that release a special scent that attracts the female. And they look like 2 larger black dots on the hind wings. So if you look at these butterflies, can you find one that has a dark spot on the hind wing? That would say, I'm a boy. So, which one? What a milkweed is. They only lay their eggs on a milkweed, so how do they know what the milkweed is? Did you hear that in the video about how they find out where the milkweed is? We look with our eyes, don't we? What do the butterflies use? They use their feet. They're going to find out what the milkweed is by their feet. Their feet are going to tell them. Their feet kind of have, I guess, taste buds on them. So they're taste. And they don't actually smell with their noses. They have those antennae, and those antennae help them to smell what's around there. So if we were to kind of look at ourselves and a butterfly, we'd think about their noses would be on the end of their antennae, their taste buds or their mouths might be down at their feet, they don't have a chewing mouth now. As a caterpillar, they have a chewing mouth. But what do they eat when they're a butterfly? Does anybody know what they eat when they're a butterfly? What do they eat? What did you say, dear? Pollen? Well, I don't know that they necessarily eat the pollen, but you know what? They do pick up pollen from flowers and things on their feet and body parts, and they carry it to other flowers. And they're also considered pollinators, where they help other plants to grow and make seeds, and the process continues. What here? They eat nectar, which is like the sweet liquid in a flower. We know if you watch hummingbirds, they come to our hummingbird feeders and they drink the nectars, the sugar water. Well, that's what the butterflies are looking for too. They're looking for that nectar, that sugar water. And they've got something in their mouth as a tongue, but it comes out long and it rolls up when it comes back in the mouth. I kind of think of it like a frog's tongue, because a frog kind of zips out, grabs a fly, and brings it back into his mouth. But a butterfly kind of unrolls that tongue down into the flower, sucks up the nectar, and then it kind of rolls it back up here to its mouth, to its body again. So, let's see, 4 wings. We've got, let's see, and 6 legs. We'd have to add some extra ones to us. Quite an interesting character or animal. Do you have any questions about the caterpillar, the monarch, or anything else before we do the tagging and the releasing? And today's date is
The 18th.
These were all wild. I caught all these.
16.
Did you go?
Yeah,
Good for you.
I felt like I was a little kid.
I'm going to take a pair of tweezers.
I have 2 sons, you know, and my first son is.
Okay. Now, did John get the butterfly?
It's a boy.
You think it's a boy? It might be. Can you kind of separate the wing there a little bit? And we'll see if we can see that dark spot on the hind wing.
I can't see.
Hold on.
I know.
I have to be very careful so I don't hurt it.
Who said it was a boy?
Me.
It's a boy.
Can you see a dark spot on the wing there?
See that dark spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to put male down there.
They were all caught by a net.
These were wild then. Okay. Well, I'm going to do.
They were all caught by a net.
All right.
Well,
Now, I don't know. We've got some kids here to help us.
There you go. Good job. Okay. It's gonna wiggle.
Got the next one?
Ready for the next one? Okay.
You want me to do it? No, you need to do it. Aiden, gentle with it.
Okay, now we gotta tell if it's a girl or a boy.
Look at the wing here.
Gentle, Aiden. Let's see.
See a dark spot? You
So
do?
what is it? Girl or boy? Dark spot means
I don't see one.
you don't see one. Oh, I thought I did.
Did you?
Thought I did, but maybe not. I don't think so. I thought I did. So that's a female. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's it. Good job. Okay.
He squeezed through. He squeezed through.
You want to keep watching if you want to get to hold a butterfly, maybe.
So gently, okay?
Got another one?
Aiden. Over here with Daisy. Yeah, come on here.
Now we got to see. Oh,
Yep,
it's a boy.
Can you see the black spot?
She gets so excited.
no, the sticker came off.
Imagine her being a teacher. Oh, did you know?
No, I can't. No, but she sounds like a fun teacher though.
Okay, do we have one more?
We lost the sticker.
Oh, did it come off?
Yeah.
Is it gonna go back on there?
We'll see.
I want this one.
No, Stella. Come here, honey.
But that's the last one, Dad. The one.
Stella, come here, honey.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
Stella, come here.
Okay, who's next?
Who's getting this one?
Alligator glue.
Stella, no, Stella. Come here, honey. Stella,
Take
come
it.
here.
You have to hold it. No.
Stella,
It doesn't bite.
Stella, land.
It doesn't bite.
Hold on to it.
All right, go see your mommy, Stella.
They tickle you, but they don't bite. I promise.
Is that the last one?
This is the last one.
Stella.
Sorry we don't have one for everyone.
I was disappointed that I didn't have any come out. I thought by now they would have, but, so it was the 4th of September, I found them. The 5th of September, they were still caterpillars. I'm using tweezers so I don't, get that sticky on my fingers and then it won't stick on the butterfly. So what do we have, a girl or a boy?
Get the wings open. Let's take a look here. Be careful so you don't hurt.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think? Girl or boy?
I think that's a boy.
I do too. Can you see the black spot
See
there?
that down right here? Doesn't that look like a dark spot on the hind wing?
I saw it.
That's a boy.
You gonna take this one?
That's definitely.
No,
You can't throw it. You have to
pinch it
hold
like
it.
this. Just hold it very still. Don't
All
move, honey.
right.
Just hold it like that.
Yep.
Hold it so it can't move.
Good job.
Ready?
It won't hurt you.
Everyone ready to go outside?
We're gonna go out. Everybody out here and then we'll get a signal. They're probably ready to get something to eat too. All right, so what we're gonna do is put your other arm, you're holding one hand with the butterfly, take the other hand and
It's
kind
raining.
of,
I can see it raining.
Okay.
oh, well, we'll do it quick before it rains. Okay, we'll take the butterfly and we're gonna put it on the back side of our hand and then
Put it on your
we'll
other
let
hand,
go.
honey.
So I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3 and we'll
Put
say
your
fly to
butterfly on your
Mexico.
other hand.
So
Put it on your
Stella,
empty hand.
put your other
Yeah.
hand out, honey.
you're
Put
gonna
your
do
other
this.
hand out.
You're gonna do this and then you're gonna put
Put
it
your
down
hand
on
out.
there and then you're gonna let it go.
You're gonna sit it
Everybody
on your arm.
understand?
Put it on your arm.
You're gonna put the butterfly down on the back side of this hand and then we're gonna say, fly to Mexico and let it go. Ready?
Stella, put
1, 2, 3. Fly to Mexico!
There you go. Let him go.
There they go! Oh!
Oh, my hand.
Oh, it's still there. I bet he'll go. Give him a minute or two. Where are they going? There goes one way over there.
He likes you.
Say, move your hand a little bit. Oh my goodness. He says, oh, I like you. Fly to Mexico. Fly to Mexico. Oh, come on.
Fly somewhere.
Join your friends.
He doesn't want to go.
Give him a little tickle, maybe. Take your other finger, give him a little tickle. Underneath.
Yeah.
There he goes! Yay! Fly!
Do they find other butterflies?
Yeah.
Well,